trade emerges that puts Kyrie Irving on the Dallas Mavericks. Before I go into the content of the trade, I want to really dive into what I think this means for Kyrie, what I think how he got here. Um, in my opinion, I don't know how much more of a career Kyrie Irving has. Obviously, unbelievably talented player. Um, Unbelievably talented player, but it's just ever since Cleveland, it's as if he doesn't want to play. It doesn't seem like his heart's in it to me. And Kyrie, I used to honor Kyrie as one of my favorite players, but still, there comes a point where you gotta uh, look at the facts here. Even at the end of Cleveland, uh, it became more about him. It became about, oh, I want the ball in my hand more than LeBron. And so he asked for a trade out of Cleveland. And then he goes to Boston, and there's a great young core around him. They look like they're going to be really good. And he fights with all of them, and he gets himself traded out of there. Then he goes to a spot in Brooklyn where I thought he would do nothing but succeed, where he teams up with Kevin Durant. They bring in Harden for a year, and once again, the whole talk with him has been, I want traded. I want out of here. I don't want to play. I don't want to get the COVID vaccination. Um, when when I need to do it, or they're not going to let me play half the season, I don't want to do it. Um, it seems selfish. It seems like he's a very selfish player. His talent's not something to be questioned. He's a highly talented player. One of maybe the most talented ball handlers I've ever seen. Some of the stuff that this guy used to do in Cleveland, some of the stuff, like things that this guy can still do is unbelievable. But NBA basketball in general, the mental it's a mental game somewhat through. You can't just have talent in this league. You have to be there. You have to be with it. And right now he seems selfish recently. And he gets out of the spot in Boston to join Luka Doncic. I think Christian Wood's there too in this young Dallas Mavericks team. And Luka, he's probably one of the best players in the league right now. He's an up and comer. He has a shot to take this league over. I don't know how I feel about giving him Kyrie Irving right now, a guy that seems like he's not about young teams, and a guy that seems that maybe he could blow this young team up. If I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan, I'm obviously excited, but there's obviously concern there. We don't know how stable this guy is to be playing on a competing team. But the breakdown of the trade includes it was straight up Kyrie for they gave up Spencer Dinwiddie, uh, Dorian Finney-Smith, a first-round pick, and multiple seconds was the report. And if I'm Brooklyn, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled if I'm Brooklyn with that deal, because if they were to have not traded him, he's just gonna would have went away in free agency by the end of that. By doing this, and I think they get a lot more value. Like Spencer Dinwiddie is a pretty good player. He's a very solid starter in this league. He's not a superstar, but still, he's a very he'll him and Kevin Durant will gel very well. Dorian Finney-Smith is a good 3-and-D guy. He can score. Good 3-point shooter of the basketball. That's good for Brooklyn. That's a guy you want on your team. You get a pick. They can package that pick to trade and get somebody else if they want multiple seconds. Still, you can put those in packages to get people if you feel that you need to make more moves in Brooklyn. Overall, I see this trade as a win for Brooklyn. Mavericks, they took a risk here. This is nothing short of a risk. Kyrie Irving is a risk these days. Half the stuff he says out there in the media is just to rile people up. We'll see. It started way back when he went on press conference. He was talking about the Earth is flat, which is fine. It's a fine opinion to have. I mean, if you want to have that opinion, that's fine. But you don't have to make it public because in the position that he's in the NBA, when you say stuff like that, everybody's going to be talking about it. And he doesn't, Kyrie has not seemed to be able to get that and understand that the media and stuff is part of the league. It's what gets them paid as well. It seems like he doesn't show respect to that. And so we'll see. Is he going to blow this up too? I hope the best for him. But his track record, ever since like the third year in Cleveland, it's just been all about him. It's been all about his own priorities. It hasn't been about team basketball. And I just don't want to see him ruin Luka Doncic's career. I don't want to see him ruin this young core uh, that the Mavericks have. So we'll see what can be of this. But I think that this is a good trade for Brooklyn. You had to get rid of him. It was just a situation where you had to let him go. Uh, Mavericks, you took on a big risk here. I hope it pays off. If I'm a Mavericks fan today, though, obviously there's excitement, but there is a creep of worry that I'm going through right now if I'm them, because Kyrie, he's just an unpredictable player right now. So, I mean, it is to be seen, but shocking trade right now.